This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Carol. Carol talks for a living, from morning till night. So she relies on Flow's crystal clear home phone service brought to her through Flow's 100% fiber to the home network. It keeps her in the know, and because she bundles her mobile broadband and TV services, she enjoys huge savings, so she can enjoy much more for much less. So visit any Flow retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
A warm good morning from the Barbados Today studios. This is your morning news update for Wednesday, June 22. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. Don't panic. That's the advice from Culture Minister Stephen Lashley in the face of a grim message threatening possible violence during this year's Foreday Morning Jam. Police are currently investigating a WhatsApp conversation being circulated on Facebook, which claims there will be a bloodbath at the popular crop over event to avenge the recent killing of 23-year-old Rico Reed. But Minister Lashley tells Barbados Today police are on top of the situation, and he's confident all events at this year's festival will be safe and secure.
Certainly, I do have every confidence in the Royal Barbados Police Force to be able to manage security as it relates to crop over events. The police are one of our key partners. We will have met with them very early in terms of the planning stages and in between, and briefed them in terms of all of the events, and particularly in terms of Foreday morning and the management of crowds. The police are quite capable of managing these kind of matters, and I really believe that the police has already given an assurance that they are investigating this matter, and I believe that given the kind of dedication that we've seen with the Royal Barbados Police Force, that we really have nothing to worry about.
At the same time, President of the Barbados Association of Masqueraders, Chetwin Stewart, tells Barbados Today the threat should be taken seriously. He's concerned that news could scare away potential revelers, and he's advising authorities and bands to step up security and send a clear message that revelers will be safe. St. George South MP Dwight Sutherland accuses the Democratic Labour Party administration of creating mayhem and chaos in the public service by appointing its friends and family to posts as he delivered a stinging contribution to debate on the Public Service Teachers Order 2016 yesterday. During the debate, Education Minister Ronald Jones announced that 239 teachers would be appointed this year at the primary and nursery levels, bringing the full complement of teachers in the government system to 2,830. However, Sutherland questioned whether these appointments were merit-based. Describing the resolution as nothing more than window dressing to secure a third term in power, he warned that the island's civil servants were awake and would deal with the government, which had caused them nothing but grief.
Don't think that when you come into this honorable house, after destroying the morale, treating them with disdain, creating rancor and malice and bitterness among the public servants, that they're going to forget this, and that you bring in this resolution to this house that they're going to jump up and say, yes, we're going to give the Democratic Labour Party a third term. They're not going to do it. So much acrimony and malice and bitterness you have created among the public servants in this country.
But in an equally strong response, Minister of Housing and Lands Dennis Kelman strongly defended his colleague Ronald Jones. He insisted no other education minister had done so much for teachers, and he warned the president of the Barbados Union of Teachers, Pedro Shepherd, to tread cautiously with his demands.
I am saying that the president of the BUT needs to be very careful that he does not dilute the contribution that he has made to the educational system in this country, and that he does not dilute himself by asking for too much when he has achieved a lot. Mr. Speaker, it is no doubt that this government has listened to the teaching profession, and everything they have asked, they have responded to it in a positive way.
The public spat between businessman Mark Maloney and Chief Town Planner Mark Cummins has prompted a top trade union official to warn government that there cannot be one rule for the rich and another for the poor. The matter is currently the subject of litigation. In the latest development, the Town Planning Department has set its sights on a number of projects involving Maloney, the latest being the Bushy Park Racing Facility in St. Philip, where a stop notice has been issued to the Barbados Motoring Federation over its construction of a ticket booth and mechanic shop. NUPW Treasurer Asakori Beckles further cautioned of the need for all classes to be treated equally, while insisting there must be one law for all Barbadians.
The law of the country must be obeyed. I cannot fight the law, because at the end of the day, if I want to be in parliament, I have to obey the law, because we create the law. However, I think it's quite strange that for many, many years, we've had situations, and he said on my side of the aisle, where there was preferential treatment. And I'm not going to call it, but there was preferential treatment. And now that you've had this kind of separation, it seems at a convenient time for me. So I would say obey the law, but I do not want one treatment for one and another treatment for another. I know very well the Town Country Planning tears down houses, tears down squatters' houses, buildings, anything that if you're not listening to Town Country Planning, they take action. So I find it very strange that that structure is still being built and they're going to court.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
I love it. I love it. I give in your sweetness. Hey, it's your girl Azizi, the Barbados City Crop Over Superstar 2015. The competition is even more exciting this year. There'll be 3 champions. The public will choose their junior, Soccer Royale, and Pickety Crop champion. So here's how it works. Go to our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Barbados Today to fill out your competition form. 2. Upload your video with your song to Barbados Today's Facebook page. 3. Make sure you invite all your friends and family to vote for you. The contestant with the most votes by the end of their competition will be crowned champion. I gave me a sweetness. I know you like sweetness. All of this is sweetness. Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To news from the region, veteran politician Philip J. Pierre is the new leader of the opposition St. Lucia Labour Party. The long-serving Castries East MP succeeds former Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony, who stepped down following the party's bruising defeat at the polls recently. Pierre was previously the SLP's deputy political leader. He spoke to HTS News Force about his plans for the party.
There is some conversation or some controversy on the role of the minister in the Minister of Finance. And the Constitution says that the Minister of Finance must be an elected member. But as I said, we haven't looked into in-depth into these things, and I don't want to speak out of school. What I can tell you is the reality of government has set in, and it's going to set in very, very quickly. You can check it on the gas prices. I mean, you see the gas prices have begun to when you were in government, there was some talk of, there were some hidden taxes and gas, but the reality of government will set in. And when the reality sets in, then we'll see what the story is going to be. But the reality of governing this country, the reality of dealing with the fiscal situation, the reality of unemployment will set in.
On the international scene, wildfires in California has burned more than 1,900 acres of land since they started on Sunday. Hundreds of residents have been evacuated, and red flag warnings for extreme fire conditions have been enforced in several communities around California and New Mexico. More in this BBC report.
It's only from the sky where you get the full scale of what firefighters in Southern California are facing. What started as a relatively small fire across 5 acres near the Mexican border on Sunday quickly grew to cover an estimated area of around 2,000 acres. Helicopters try to contain its spread by dumping tons of water, but authorities say they have just 5% of these border flames under control. Firefighters do their best to keep track as each new blaze erupts.
And that's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. Also, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and the Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good morning.